The World Darts Championship is now well underway, but one player who you won't be seeing at Ali Pali over the coming weeks is Dutchman Jurjen van der Velde. Jurjen recently lost the chance to make his debut in the huge event as well as his professional status after one of the most devastating losses in darts history, which left him in tears. Hello and welcome back to Darts World. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the full story of that absolutely heartbreaking moment and where it leaves Jurjen now. Jurjen was born into a sporty family with all four of his siblings competing competitively, with two brothers being national level futsal players, one of his sisters being a motorsport competitor, and his other sister Roos also being a high level darts player who in 2022 won the Girls Dutch Open title. Therefore, he was set up for his own sporting success, and by the age of just 13, he was already making national Dutch boys finals against players 3 years older than him. In 2017, he managed to win his first ever and the first Dutch junior national ranking title of the year with a 4-1 win in the final. Then at the start of 2018, he managed to reach the final of the Boys Dutch Open, a big event, and he missed darts to force the deciding leg, allowing Keanu van Velzen to beat him 4-2. However, it was Jurjen who managed to finish the national season as the top youth player after coming through a decisive final weekend. In the summer of that year, he made his breakthrough, winning his first WDF youth title, the German Open, with a whitewash win over Danny de Graaf in the final. Then, shortly after that, he managed to become the WDF European Youth Champion, beating Keane Barry 3-2 in the final, taking out a stunning 1-5-5 finish in the deciding leg. A few months later, he beat Barry again in the deciding leg to win another big title, the Winmore World Masters. Following that final, where he averaged nearly 90, many viewers tipped him to go on to big things in the future, and shortly after that, he was signed to a sponsorship deal by Winmore. His dominance over future PDC Pro Barry continued at the floor stage of the 2018 JDC World Championship, where the players were competing for the chance to play on the Ali Pali stage. He managed to beat Barry 4-2 in the quarterfinals, meaning he was only one game away from the chance to play on darts' most famous stage. Then in the semis, he survived multiple match darts from fellow Dutchman Dan Bastiansen to secure a spot in the Ali Pali JDC World Final, where he would face England's Lennon Craddock. On the famous stage, Jurjen managed to beat Lennon 4-2, picking up the most coveted JDC title. Then in early 2019, he was crowned the Dutch Junior Ranking Champion for the second year in a row, but he failed to defend his European title, losing in the final against Leighton Bennett. He also failed to defend his world title, losing in the last 32 to an unknown player, Ji-Chen Song. That year, he also began to appear on the PDC Development Tour for the first time, where across all the events he averaged just below 90 and went on a best run to the quarter-finals of event 13, where Keane Barry finally got revenge on him. In the final Development Tour event of that year, Keane managed to beat Jurjen again in a game where the Irishman averaged 107 and hit a 9-darter. His career then slowed down a bit due to the pandemic in 2020, and his average across the 10 Development Tour events fell 5 points to 75, with him failing to get past the top 32 of any of the events. However, in 2021 he bounced back and his average went up 7 points, helping him to win his first PDC title at the first event of the PDC EU Development Tour. That secured him a spot in the 2022 UK Open, his first PDC major, where he managed to beat Mickey Mansell before losing to Jim Williams. 2022 also saw him pick up another title on the Development Tour, during which he also managed to hit a 9-darter. His good performances saw him finish 5th on the Development Tour Order of Merit, which, after Louis Williams won a game at Ali Pali to retain his card through the main rankings, meant that he'd done enough to win a 2-year PDC Tour card, with 4 of the players above him already having cards. However, he narrowly missed out on qualification for Ali Pali, as Nathan Rafferty was around £1,000 off making it through the Pro Tour rankings instead, which would have given Jurjen the Development Tour spot. On that, Nathan said that it was unfortunate for him, but that the hurt would make him a stronger and better player. His first season as a pro saw him average 88.31 in Players' Championships, the 107th highest of the 132 players to play more than 25 games, meaning that he struggled. His equal best run of the year came in Players' Championship 1, where he got to the last 16 in an impressive run which included a win over Dutch legend Raymond van Barneveld. He was beaten in the third round of the UK Open after a very poor performance which saw him average in the mid-60s against Richie Burnett. An overall poor season also saw him only make it to one of the Euro Tours, where he went out in round 1, meaning he had to attend the World Championship qualifier, which he failed to make it through, meaning that he would have to improve greatly this year if he wanted to retain his tour card. However, his average actually fell this year to 86.93, the 120th of 132 players, and he only managed to win 13 games in 30 events, one of which, impressively, came against Luke Humphries, causing the world number 1 and world champ to snap his darts in frustration. He also failed to qualify for any Euro Tour, meaning that he missed out on the World Championships through the main order of merit again, and finished the main season in 88th spot, way off the top 64, which he needed to hold his tour card for next year. However, he had an outside chance of keeping his card by making Ali Pali either through the last chance PDPA qualifier or winning the World Youth Championship, and then going on a run in London, as the winner gets a spot in the prestigious event, and he made a good start, topping his group after 3 wins. He then won 4 knockout games, including a semi-final against his old rival Keane Barry, to make the televised final, where he would face fellow Dutchman Jan van Veen, who was in much better form. This one game was huge for Jurjen, as along with having the potential to become a PDC World Youth Champion, he could secure a potentially tour card saving spot at Ali Pali without having to come through the last chance qualifier. As expected, Jan, who has much more TV experience, went into the game as the big favourite at 1.2, with Jurjen being at 5-1. However, it looks as if he was going to cause a big upset to win the title, going 5-3 up in the first to 6th game. In leg 10, he missed 2 match darts, allowing Jan to force a decider, where Jurjen heartbreakingly missed another 3 match darts, allowing Jan to take out 82 to win. Immediately after the loss, Jurjen sunk to the floor in tears, which only got heavier ahead of the trophy presentation. This was very sad to see, and he was consoled by the crowd and Van Veen. The brutal loss meant that he then had to make a 5-hour overnight journey from Minehead to Wigan for the World Championship qualifier, having so nearly secured his spot in a great game where he averaged 98, much higher than his seasonal average. He made the long overnight trip and devastatingly lost out to Jeffrey Deswan in the second round of the qualifier, meaning that his time as a PDC Pro for now is over unless he manages to make it through Q-School. On his hopes at Q-School, Jurjen has said the following: "I do go to Q-School with a good feeling, although I also realise that it will not be the easiest week of the year. Everything has to be right there, although I do have the advantage that I don't have to be in action until the final stage, so I get to skip the first 3 qualifying days." He also confirmed that if things do not go well, he'll play on the Challenge and Development Tours next year. One bit of good news that the World Youth Final brought him was a guarantee of a place in the 2025 Grand Slam, and he had this to say about that: "Of course, I hope to play there as a tour card holder, but even otherwise it's obviously something to look forward to. Although it's a long way off, and right now, I'm mainly busy recapturing my tour card." Let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on the heartbreaking moment and how you think Jurjen will perform at Q-School. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe, as currently just 15% of my viewers are. You can also hit the bell icon if you want to turn on notifications so that you get notified whenever I upload a brand new darts video. Also, leave a like if you enjoy this style of video, and you can also comment below letting me know any videos you want me to make in the future.